Hello everybody and welcome to this playthrough for Master Division here in the Winter Sun Tournament of Golf Clash the game. Video sponsored by Golf Clash and Playdemic, and make sure you do subscribe to the channel and hit that bell button so you get a notification every time we have a new video or a live stream for your viewing pleasure. Also, go to golfclashtommy.com to find more content for free about Golf Clash. You can get the ultimate tour and tournament guides on patreon.com/golfclashtommy. Have in mind, if you are only playing Master, we have now made it possible that you can purchase for only Master, and you don't have to purchase for all other divisions which we had before. So make sure you check it out and get our guides and improve your tournament and tour play game today. Follow the info box on the right hand side for the club distance adjustment, the elevation adjustment, also what ball and club type I do suggest you to play with. Have in mind that these are suggestions and you don't have to follow them if you don't want to, but hopefully they will help you to maybe break down a shot or two that you struggle with in the qualifying round. In the end though, make sure you comment in the comment section below if you do have any questions, or send an email to support@golfclashtommy.com. Let's go to hole number 1. We start off with hole number 1 with ascended wind, and we're looking to get the ball to green. We stretch out to absolute max using the inner ring to the right to be just by the edge of the sand. Now with a 15 miles per hour, I'm using 6 bars of topspin, 1 bar of side spin to the right, and then it's time to make our adjustment. We adjust maximum distance plus 10, which is 15.5 rings. Once that is done, we will turn the screen around and look at my ball guideline angle. Now when I push up, you can see it's not entirely straight. I'm looking for the tip there. Then I do push up 7 rings, going with a little bit less than max curl left, sorry, max curl right obviously, and max overpower. The needle will not be shaking as much as we're not in max distance. You can see that the ball comes in here as we want to, bounce, bounce, and bounce over the rough. Unfortunately, we have a little bit too much topspin. We roll just barely into the rough, but this is a rough iron with a very good chance. So reduce the topspin a little bit, and then we will be having a nice time there for hole number 1. In my opinion, a great left will 100% be in the rough. Have that in mind. But a great right and a perfect should, if by our estimation using 15 miles per hour as a reference for 5.8 bars of topspin, then we should be having that ball nicely on the green many of the times. For hole number 2, we're going to do a very special type of shot. First, 1/3 of the blue ring into the rough, and we're looking for the tip of the ball guideline to go in the center of the bright green square that we have. That is the second bright green square row to the left of the pin. Once that is done, we will change to a cataclysm, and we will be playing without any type of spin. Max plus 40 power 0 ball numbers, and we're trying to use a flicker 1201 as pull angle here. We are using a 1-to-1 with a Cataclysm level 7 because that is the same as going max plus 40 power 0 ball. But if you're not playing with Cataclysm level 7, you use max plus 40 power 0 ball. And you can play with whatever Cataclysm here. You don't really have to care about any ball guideline. It's just a club switch, and it comes down very lovely, and there has been plenty of drops with this shot so far, so it's strongly recommended to play this one on hole number 2. For hole number 3, we are going to go full blast, and here I'm using a Snow Globe ball, which is wind 0, power 5, side spin 3. I'm looking here to use the ball that gives me the most wind, okay? Stretching out to max to find half a ring gap between the right side of the white ring and the rough line to the right, and that is with Apocalypse level 7, level 8. If you do have Apocalypse level 5, level 6, you have the white ring flushed by the rough on the right. Adjust max plus 10, you push up to max, important with a straight ball guideline. Then we go with 1.5 ball of curl outside the adjustment ring to the right. How the way we estimate the topspin here is based on the wind strength. To give you a reference, 17 miles per hour equals in our book 6.5 bars of topspin. We are looking to either clip the rough and roll out, or to just bounce over the rough and leave ourselves just before the bunker by the green. I'm not trying to go to green here because the risk is that we get stuck in the rough or sand just by the green, and playing from the hazard is definitely not as fun as it is playing from the fairway. Now, second shot, we are going to play with our short iron if it's going to become as we want here, like meaning that we do clip the rough and roll out. And then it's important to play with the Falcon here, as it does have the topspin. You can also consider playing with the Hornet as well, but if you have the Falcon in level 7+, play with the Falcon instead of the Hornet. With the Thorn, you will not be having the topspin needed to get the ball guideline to the hole. So we do want to have the ball guideline to the hole, and once that is done, we should be applying a slider percentage that is going to be with a short iron, 42% slider, no elevation, from 526 yards. Okay, I'm not applying that here in this video, which is an under adjustment, and therefore we do miss to the right. We clip the rough though and we roll down, but we definitely need a little bit more adjust. So not much though, but just a tad bit more adjust, so we do get that ball in the hole. If you do go long, we do have an estimated adjustment for a wedge shot. 562 yards plays max plus 30% elevation. I know it's a 0 there in the box, but that is based on a short iron. But to give you a little bit extra, max plus 30 elevation with the wedge power 5 ball from 562 yards. That is without any spin. For hole 4, we start with a power 5 ball to be in complete minimum distance, ball guideline pointing towards the hole. Once that is done, we add 1 bar of topspin, and then we change to a wind 5 ball. A lot of components here, and you need to be quick. Now, adjustment is going to be maximum distance plus 30% power 2 ball settings. We're looking to have as a straight pull angle possible here. Adjustment is done, and now it's time to take our shot. Very important to be centered into the adjustment ring, and obviously last piece of the puzzle, we need to hit perfect. This is a very good chance. I would believe this is the absolute best chance to make an hole-in-one here on the Koh Hong Resorts and the par 3s. Very lucky to get it to snuck in there on the left hand side, but I will take it and move on with a nice hole-in-one here for hole number 4. For hole number 5, once again, lottery. We should buy a ticket if we end up to have this ball to roll out from the rough and be on the green or on the fairway. White ring to the left by the rough line with a POC 7 and a POC 8 in max distance. If a POC 5, a POC 6, we have half of the white ring inside the rough there to the left. We do go with 7 bars of topspin, 2 bars of side spin to the right, looking to have a wind that is going to be somewhere between 13 and 14 miles per hour if we could choose. 1 ball outside the adjustment ring to the right, and we are going to go max over power after we have pushed up to max. See, the ball bounces on the fairway, we get over the water, and unfortunately the ball just dies into the rough. But the plan is to have the ball bounce into the rough and roll out, and unfortunately, when it comes to this shot, that you cannot really plan of the outcome here, because it's either going to be that you bounce on the fairway directly and bounce over the green into the sand, which is still going to be a short sand wedge towards the pin, or you get stuck in the rough like I did there, or you're lucky to roll out and have a very short and simple wedge. So that's why I say it's somewhat a lottery, because you have no way of controlling the outcome here on this shot. But we're gonna have to go for it. Try to attempt to have between 13 and 14 miles per hour wind. So you choose between a rose ball type of stat, which is wind 2 power 5, or a berserker ball, which is wind 1 power 5 ball stats. For hole 6, we are going to play a no movement shot, meaning that we will not touch the target until it's time to adjust our rings. Max topspin, and I'm using a Spartan ball. Adjustment, maximum distance plus 10 with power 4 ball settings. Once that is done, we will apply half a ball of curl to the left and go max overpower. The plan obviously is to hit perfect, which we do. You may be wondering, what should you do if you don't have a Spartan ball? Then you can play with a Win 3 or a Win 4 Power 5 ball. And you can also play in that case with a Win 4 Power 4 ball as well. But I would suggest that first Win 5 Power 4 ball like the Spartan. Second, we play with a Win 4 Power 5 ball like the Megalodon or the Turkey 2020 ball. And then as a last out, I would be playing like with a Relic ball, which has Wind 3 Power 5 stats. So don't steer yourself blind on the fact that I'm using a Spartan ball. But if you can use it, it's gonna definitely give you an advantage here. So second shot here, we use the top spin we have on our Cataclysm. And we are looking to aim for the top third of the rough. You can see there nicely. And the thing that we're doing here is that we do adjust max plus 10, regardless if we are entirely in max or a bit from max here. Ball to the right, just outside the wall to the right as well, and trying to hit perfect. The great ball left and right should still be safe here, and we are looking to have the ball bounce into the rough and roll out for a short wedge. From here, we do have a short wedge. Use all the topspin possible and use your skill to determine that wedge adjustment, because it's gonna be slightly different from time to time. But I do believe this is the easiest way to get an eagle here in hole number 6, because with the wind that we're having, the albatross is out of the picture. For hole number 7, I'm playing on the right hand side using a Win 5 Power 2 ball, Aurora ball as it's called. Max top spin, 2 bars of side spin to the right with our quarterback, and we have red ring flushed by the rough on the right in complete max distance. Adjustment, maximum distance plus 10, then we will apply half of the ball inside the wall to the right, or like the right side of the ball halfway into the wall on the right. Perfect ball, and we're looking to get up to around 332 to 333 yards if we can choose. Nice. Second shot is going to be played with a slider, and it's going to be a tricky one where pull angle is basically everything. So now we're first going to go up to the pin and do a pin check. You can see here that we are in complete max distance, so we're gonna read that as +8. So now, top of the yellow ring by the edge of the rough, 1 bar backspin, 1 bar side spin to the left. Ball guidelines should be going through the hole as shown on the video. Now, from +8 pin check, we should be playing 45% slider. Unfortunately, for those of you that are counting, I'm adjusting more. And you will notice that with my adjust. So 45% slider, and we also want to play power 1 ball setting, not power 2. And then last but not least, we are looking to use an 1159 pull angle only now for the second shot. Perfect ball, but as I make an over adjustment here, unfortunately, I will just burn the edge on the left, and that's why we did change and make sure to go with power 1 numbers instead of power 2. For hole number 8, we're using 6 bars of topspin on our Thor's hammer. Bottom of the red ring by the sand line with Thor's hammer level 8. If you play with Thor's hammer level 7, the red ring should be slightly into the sand. If you play with Thor's hammer level 6, the yellow ring should be very close to the sand as well. Ball guideline to the hole. Once that is done, we use 1201 pull angle, playing mid distance plus 40. This is a par 3 that do not expect anything, but if we can get close, which we will be getting with this shot, we will drop it from time to time. And looking at this here now, we come very close and taking a 360 out. That is unlucky, but we definitely have a good chance with this drop. And the Thor's Hammer is the club that we're using. Mid plus 40, power 1 ball setting, and we're using a wind 5 ball to have the best possible wind. For hole number 9, we are going full blast again, using the tailwind in our favor. Red ring by the rough line to the right in absolute max distance with Apocalypse 7 and 8. If you have Apocalypse 5 or 6, you go with half of the red ring outside the rough to the right. Max top spin, 2 bars outside spin to the left. Then we will be adjusting maximum distance plus 10. Once that is done, we turn our screen around to have a look at the ball guideline so it is straight. Then we push up to max. Now it's time to go with half a ball of curl to the left and max overpower. I would recommend that if you do have a wind that is 18 miles per hour or more, you should go with 3/4 of a ball outside the adjustment ring to the left instead of the half a ball that we're doing here. Now, the reason for that is that more wind will push the ball further and we will not take the turn left as we want to, and then we will roll into the rough on the right and not roll out onto the fairway. A great right could unfortunately be danger because there is a tree. I haven't hit it yet, but there is a risk of doing so. I just want to have that mentioned, and a great right will most likely end up into the rough. So if you're gonna hit something, you hit great left, right? Great right, left. 18.1 miles per hour. Here we are estimating a slider percentage from 520 yards to be 28% slider, no elevation and no spin. We're looking to have the ball guideline just short of pin, approximately 1 green square. And when it comes to our adjustment here, we do want to play with a flicker 1159 on our adjustment. Adjust, and then it's time to take our shot, and here we didn't play with the correct slider percentage, therefore you will see me miss on the right side of the pin here. Good speed though, but again, you know, we need to correct that with a little bit extra adjustment in this case, but also be clear with the 1159 pull angle so we do get that ball to drop. Very good chance if you do get out on the fairway. Thank you so much everybody for watching this playthrough for Master Division here for the Winter Sun Tournament in Golf Clash the game. Have in mind that we have a lot of wins that we are just sending it, which is unfortunately involving a lot of luck, and it is some sort of a lottery. I'm not saying that is entirely luck, because you obviously need to hit your overpowered shot in a good way, but at the same time it's going to reward you by being somewhat close, and where you can drop it from the hazard, or you can drop it obviously with a short wedge or a short iron. That is not win that I like to see, but it's the qualifying round, and we will be moving on to the opening round, hoping to have a little bit tougher wins and see what we can do there. Video sponsored by Golf Clash and Playdemic. Get the ultimate tournament guide for Master or any other division by going to patreon.com/golfclashtommy, link directly in the description down below. Once again, massive thank you for watching this video and good luck in the Winter Sun Tournament.